Hello, welcome pen friends. I thought I'd come on and answer a question that I got in a letter today because it was a really interesting topic and I have a lot to say about it. So here goes. The question was, have you ever done just one ink color or ink color family for 30 inks 30 days? So I'm going to answer that question, but for anybody who doesn't know what 30 inks 30 days is, it's a contest, kind of a challenge, not a contest, a challenge put out by Ink Journal, and they're the home of the Ink Flight, where you can get subscriptions to ink samples, and they also sell a lot of other things, you know, ink related. But I've been doing this for many years now, participating off and on when I can in those challenges. And so this person was asking, you know, if I do just one color, is it going to get kind of you know, difficult? What was my experience? And I thought, well, I'd like to share that. So I did it twice. I did it 30 blue inks 30 days. So I did one where it was all blue inks for the 30 days, and that was back in 2020. So just a little bit about how I do the challenge. I go ahead and do my work in my ink journal, you know, kind of splatter the ink and do some whatever I want to see about the ink, which is generally I put it in a broad nib because that's what I write letters with. And then I do a chromatography test and a little water test to see about it, and I do some splatters. It's all right here, you know, but then I go ahead and post a photo or two on Instagram. Since I like to compare colors, I also deal with all my little color tiles. So I do one picture with color tile comparison, and then the other picture just shows whatever pen and ink I was using in my page from my journal. Everybody does it a little different. You do it however you want to do it. But it's such an interesting topic because I did it with the blue ink that time, and then right after that, I think it was, I did with the red ink, I did 31 days. So my experience with the blue ink was a lot different than my experience with the red ink, so I guess I could start with that. When I did the blue ink, I had quite a few that were along the same lines. Oh, and by the way, I used mostly my Lamy Vista. So because of comparing some of these inks, I wanted to do apples to apples with them. You know, I wanted to see exactly how they came out in the same nib, the same pen, so I would go ahead and clean the pen. So it was really kind of a non-variety in terms of pens. So keep that in mind for later on in the video. But with the blue inks, I don't know, you can probably even see here, I had Diamine Blue Black and Monteverde Blue Velvet Cake. Well, those two were pretty similar, and many of these blues were, I mean, here's one where they were different. This was clearly blue black, and this was a brighter, this was Super Show blue with Lamy Crystal Benetite. So, you know, it wasn't too bad. There was some variety. Here's another one where there was quite a bit of variety because I went all the way from Monteverde Confidence Blue all the way to KWZ Sheen Machine. Oh my, that was a, you know, so that was exciting, right? Because it was different. But wherever it was a little the same, yeah, like here's another one where, no, they weren't the same at all, but it was, nah. Here's another kind of tealy, bluey, but, you know, it began to kind of run together. And by the end of the 30 days, I was really happy to see a different color. So there's that to keep in mind. Okay, so then I went on to the red. And what made red easier was because, I don't know why I'm shouting, but I'll try not to. I guess I know I have something next and I want to keep this within a certain amount of time. I had such a variety of red. I had Pure Pens Cold Water, Diamine Monaco Red, and then Colorverse Redshift. You know, it was a variety. And I threw in pinks. I had Pelikan Edelstein Star Ruby. So there was quite a bit of variety. Like, it was like I never knew how it was going to look coming out of the nib. The Monteverde Love Red was almost orange, so it was, wow. Okay. And then here's a couple of darker ones, Passion Burgundy and Diamine Breakdown. You know, it was really exciting. It was a little more dynamic. I didn't start getting sick of red till well into the month. And then along came this one, Troublemaker Escalada Street. Wow, neon pink almost, but then in the nib and splatters it looked red. So that's where I added the water. You know, it's the stuff I do, you know, or did, I don't know. Okay, Kobe number 41, Suma Riku Rose. That felt like cheating because I was totally not red, but it was definitely like a magenta or pink. Right beside Noodler's Red Black, which was dark, and yeah, that felt like cheating too. So you see what I mean? I didn't stick to the pure red. I went into all kinds of variations on red, and I really stretched the boundaries. And that is actually what I would recommend that you do if you try this yourself. If you have enough samples that range far enough apart, you're going to thank yourself if you try to do one color family. Let's see, Diatramentis elderberry and Califolio andronopal. Yeah, that was a dramatic, you know, contrast as well. Tokyo Gift from Noodlers and Pilot Roshizuku. I can't even say the name, but it's their 100th anniversary ink that looks really pink. So over here it was much more red. Yeah, I even threw in Robert Oster Hot Pink, Diamine Oxblood. So that, I think that could have been an effect of having done that blue. I was like, I do not want matching inks back to back, day after day. I want to have a little variety. Okay, then we moved over to this book here, book number 2. Oh, that has a pretty sticker on the front. It has the little, Casey sent that, I think, pen friend Casey. So then, you know, let's see, I went on and KWZ Red number 1 and Robert Oster, I never can say that word right, but, well, you know, the camera's making them look alike, but there was quite a bit of difference there. Astorziza Rot, okay. And then I just got into the neon pink and almost orange ink. So yeah, I was definitely pushing the boundaries of what you would call red. Totally pushed it aside, I think. Noodler's Suffrage Carmine. Oh, the other thing I was doing with these every maybe 5 or 6 or 10 days, back then it was a little different. I would come on and do a little bit of an ink journal flip through. So not everybody does 30 inks, 30 days the same, even if you're a YouTuber. Some folks come on and do a daily video. I did that twice. I don't do that anymore. Yeah, I got out of balance in life, even though I live a retired life doing that. I just, oh my goodness. Okay, it's something everybody should try once if they're a YouTuber, but I learned that I had been there and done that. So it was great fun, and it actually launched my whole YouTube presence, you could say, because after I did that and the audience kind of came to the table, I was like, wow, people want to see what I have to say about ink. That's so amazing and so surprising. But okay, so that was basically my experience. But the person who's asked the question, I'm going to leave her anonymous just to, you know, because I haven't asked her, can I, you know, use your question, and then, you know, but she knows who she is, and the color in question was going to be purple. So purple is a really interesting color, and I think if you could find enough samples, you could definitely get yourself enough variety, because you can go nuts with purple. And what falls under the umbrella of purple can go such a range. Like here's Diamine Scribble Purple. Really, whoops, I have to just cover my face. Yeah, I've been out mowing the lawn, but you'll just have to excuse me. It's a bad hair day. This has got like some kind of a really dark sheen over it. Actually, it's one that I have really wanted to spend more time with, and I need to do that. And then you could go all the way down to this number, which is more of a lavender, and that is Ferris Wheel Press Little Robina. Beautiful and complex, but see the difference? You know, I think you could set yourself up for success if you want to do a one color month without getting nauseated by the same color over and over. It could still happen, but just kind of maybe get your stuff ready and try to stagger them. Like here's Diamine Purple Pizzazz. It's a shimmer ink, so you could throw in a couple shimmer inks. And then Monteverde Purple Rain, a bright purple. you can, okay, so like put that beside KWZ Berry. You're going to have all kinds of choices. And I think you probably still have time to order a couple samples or gather up what you're going to do, because as I film this, it's August 11. Yeah, September's coming right up, and a lot of people will be doing the September 30 inks 30 days. I'm still on the fence about it because I've really been getting really deep into some home projects, some vehicle projects, some other things that I've left neglected. So I'm kind of like not committing yet, but oh, and then, okay, so vary your colors all you can. I don't know, I've got every purple you can dream of in these tiles, so it shows me that one could really go nuts with purple. You might actually end up dipping into maroon by accident, but that wouldn't kill anyone either. Ooh, there's a pretty one. I did that once. Ancient Charm Magpie on the Branch. That's got that gold shimmer. Oh, so pretty. And then here's one. It might be considered a blurple. Straits Pen Honest Ink Happy Accident Lilac. I've never done a purple 30 inks 30 days, but I had thought about it. I almost did it once, but I was a little timid about it because I didn't want to ruin my favorite color. I didn't want to get sick of purple. But I think you can do it, and especially if you go into it realizing. But then there's another secret weapon. So in addition to varying your colors, I actually think that doing what I did, using the Lamy Vista every day pretty much, is not the way to do it. If you're going to do one color family, I would say go crazy with the pens, like really. Then you'll be looking at a different pen. That'll help, and that'll change the experience too. In my case, I was still deep into ink reviews and comparisons at the time. And so using the same pen and nib made sense for me. Or if I'd had, now I actually have 3 Lamys with broad nibs, so I could vary the pen experience a little bit more. See if I wrote anything else down. Oh my goodness. I guess these are apparently old reading glasses. So that's pretty much what I have to say about it. I think go for it if you want to try it. What's the worst thing that could happen? You might get to day 15 and say, I am not looking at another purple, and you can just shift over to another color. That's your own, that's like a challenge within a challenge. So you could just say, sorry, I'm done with purple or whatever. I'm kind of funny about that. If I make a challenge to myself, I'll probably be even stronger with that than a challenge from, from another person or group. I probably would lock in heels and keep on going, but you don't have to. And I'm trying to learn to be more flexible too. I actually have on the other end of the desk, there's all these these are all like, I don't know, they're like fuchsia and magenta, and those are filed behind all my purples. Like I have them filed by traditional crayon purple, then it starts to go into the more deeper, darker purples, and then it transitions right into this, and then next is pink in my little boxes. So it's probably that I have an awful lot of samples still, even though I've had quite a bit that I've used up this summer. So I was trying to keep this short. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I'll be really excited to see what my pen friend decides, whether she's going to go for a purple 30 inks 30 days. And the other thing that I had to say about the challenge is that it's really fun, even if you're sitting it out. If you're watching on Instagram or you're catching a few videos here and there, because quite a few of the newer YouTube channels and friends that I have were doing daily videos. I could hardly keep up, and was trying to watch maybe a few from this one and a few from another one. But it's fun just to be a spectator of it, because then you see inks that you maybe haven't seen, or you see it in a nib that you don't even own, and you see all of the possibilities. So I want to say to anybody that's going to do the challenge and give it a try, it's fun. And don't pressure yourself too much. I'm guilty of that. I really am. And that I probably would do it more often if I didn't lay so much additional pressure on myself. So Okay, I think that answers the question. That saves maybe 4, 5, or 6 pages in my reply letter because that's a lot to say about one question, but hopefully it answered it. And I'd love to hear other ideas in the comments, like if you've tried a 30 inks 30 days challenge with one color, how'd it go for you? Did you make it? Did you make it through the challenge, but also did you stick with that one color? Because I did it twice, so I think that's pretty good. And I had just a backlog of those 2 colors, the red and pink category and the blue. So I'll see you guys next time, and take care and just stay safe. Bye for now.